Anxiety. A word that immediately makes us think of stress, discomfort, or fear. It's a feeling we often want to avoid, something we label as negative or even harmful. But what if we've misunderstood it all along? What if anxiety isn't just an obstacle to overcome, but a powerful tool waiting to be discovered? Imagine this: you're standing backstage, moments away from delivering an important speech. Your heart races, your hands tremble, and your thoughts scatter. You might think, "This is terrible. I can't do this." But look closer, your body is actually preparing you to perform. The increased heart rate delivers more oxygen to your brain. Your heightened senses make you more alert, and your adrenaline is giving you the energy to focus. This is anxiety working as an ally. And today we're going to explore how you can embrace this misunderstood emotion and use it to your advantage. Let's start with what anxiety actually is. At its core, anxiety is a response to stress, a signal from your brain that something important is happening. It's rooted in survival instincts that go back thousands of years. For our ancestors, anxiety was a life-saving reaction to danger. Like spotting a predator in the wild, the brain, particularly the amygdala, would kick into gear, triggering the fight-or-flight response to protect them. Fast forward to today, and while the predators are gone, the anxiety remains. The problem is that modern threats are less about physical survival and more about social or emotional pressures, deadlines, public speaking, financial worries, or even imagined fears. Our brain doesn't know the difference between real and perceived danger, so it reacts the same way, leaving us feeling overwhelmed or trapped. Here's the important part: anxiety itself isn't bad. It's how we interpret and respond to it that makes all the difference. Neuroscientists like Wendy Suzuki describe anxiety as existing on a spectrum. At one end, we have bad anxiety. This is the kind that keeps you up at night, drains your energy, and makes you feel stuck. It's overwhelming and often leads to avoidance or unhealthy coping mechanisms. On the other end, we have good anxiety. This is the kind that motivates you to prepare, sharpens your focus, and pushes you to grow. It's a signal that something matters, an opportunity to rise to the occasion. So how do we move from bad anxiety to good anxiety? It starts with reframing how we see it. Think of anxiety as a messenger. When you feel it creeping in, instead of trying to suppress it, pause and ask yourself, what is this anxiety trying to tell me? For example, if you're feeling anxious about a work deadline, your anxiety might be signaling that this task is important to you. It's not there to make you suffer, it's there to guide you. Once you identify the source, the next step is to reframe it. Take that same deadline. Instead of thinking, "I'm going to fail," try reframing it as, "This is my chance to show what I'm capable of." When you reframe anxiety as a challenge rather than a threat, it transforms from a barrier into a motivator. But reframing is just one part of the process. To truly harness anxiety, we also need to build resilience. Resilience is your ability to bounce back from setbacks, and it's one of the greatest gifts anxiety can offer. The good news is that resilience isn't something you're born with, it's a skill you can develop. One of the most effective ways to build resilience is through small, consistent habits. Exercise, for instance, is a powerful tool for managing anxiety. Physical activity reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, and boosts endorphins, which improve your mood. Even something as simple as a 10-minute walk can help you feel calmer and more in control. Mindfulness is another key practice. When we're anxious, our minds tend to spiral into worst-case scenarios. Mindfulness helps break this cycle by bringing your focus back to the present moment. You can start with something simple, like deep breathing. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and exhale for 4 counts. This technique calms your nervous system and helps you regain clarity. Beyond resilience, anxiety can also be a surprising source of creativity. Think about it: when you're anxious, your brain is in overdrive, constantly searching for solutions. This heightened state of awareness can lead to breakthroughs and innovative ideas. Many artists, writers, and entrepreneurs credit their anxieties for pushing them to create or solve problems in new ways. To channel your anxiety into creativity, try this exercise. When you're feeling anxious, grab a notebook and start writing. Don't filter yourself, just let the words flow. Later, look at what you've written and identify one actionable step you can take. This process not only helps clear your mind, but also transforms anxiety into a tool for problem solving. Anxiety also plays a crucial role in building social connections. When we acknowledge our own struggles, we become more empathetic toward others. This shared understanding fosters deeper, more meaningful relationships. For example, imagine opening up to a friend about your anxieties. Chances are they'll respond with their own experiences. And together, you'll feel less alone. This kind of vulnerability isn't weakness, it's a strength that strengthens bonds. Lastly, anxiety can even enhance focus and productivity. Moderate levels of stress, known as eustress, can push you into a state of flow where you're fully immersed in your work. To tap into this, try breaking tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Each completed step gives you a sense of progress and keeps you motivated. And if you're feeling stuck, take a short break to reset your mind. So, what's the takeaway here? Anxiety isn't something to fear or suppress, it's a signal, a guide, and sometimes even a gift. By understanding its roots and reframing its message, we can transform anxiety from a source of stress into a powerful ally. The next time anxiety knocks on your door, don't push it away. Instead, ask, what is this trying to teach me? And how can I use it to move forward? Because when we stop fighting anxiety and start working with it, we unlock a potential that's been waiting all along.